Shakur Stevenson is a first-class fighter, and I don't think it's going to make any difference that he give his title up because of weight difference. He'll just go to the next division and win that title as well.
People wanted this young, talented, brilliant talent, brilliant defensive fighter, brilliant guy at control and range, Olympic silver medalist, quick hands, technically solid. He finally satisfied the critics, and he mixed offense with the defense.
Terrence, you're here for your little brother this week, in Shakur Stevenson. I've interviewed both of you for years, and you really have kind of built a relationship that a lot of people know about, and some people maybe don't. How good is Shakur Stevenson in your opinion?
He's not good, he's great. You know, Shakur got all the tools and all the abilities to do bigger and better things than me, and that's what I'm hoping for him to do.
Boxing legends believe Shakur Stevenson may never lose because he combines elite skill with rare composure.
His ground, and he punched, and he still got the better of it with the sweet science, being defensively responsible, but without having to be less entertaining. He was more entertaining. He satisfied people. He made people, they said, that's what we wanted in Shakur. And
he stood his ground, and he punched, and he still got the better of it with the sweet science, being defensively responsible, but without having to be less entertaining. He was more entertaining. He satisfied people. He made people, they said, that's what we wanted in Shakur, and they got it.
I think he had a lot of stuff he could have did, but he's so talented and gifted, man, you know. You also got to trust what he's seeing in there. You know, we on the outside, you know. But I think he put on a tremendous performance, and obviously, you know, the level he's at, you always look for things he could do better, you know.
So what did you see from the outside that he might?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, like I think it was a lot of body work and stuff like that. He could have touched on, but again, he's in there, you know. So he's seeing stuff, he's feeling the punches. We not, so you got to trust what he's seeing.
Teofimo just couldn't get going.
He put on well, he tried to get going. He just wasn't allowed to. So it's just the distance and range that Shakur has just perfected throughout the years, and then making him pay when he does that discourages him to not want to punch anymore. And I think he was out of answers in the first round. Honestly, I think he didn't really have any answers. When Teo starts doing little certain things with his hands and starts playing the clown game, he out of answers. He's down to just one shot. So Shakur just stayed focused, stayed locked in. And, you know, was at 4 divisions now? 26, 30, 35.
Andre Ward has publicly appreciated and praised Shakur Stevenson's talent, saying that Stevenson's potential in boxing is great because he is a student of the game who keeps learning, stays dedicated, and trains with great discipline.
It's not done yet, you know. It's not done yet. He's a great for sure. How great, we gonna see. You know, he got a lot. He can box as long as he wants to box because he don't take punishment, and he's a master boxer. You know what I mean? So just excited for him, man. Happy for him, man. You know, it's hard for me to see my brothers fight when I'm not fighting. That's harder to me than to actually fight because I can't help it. So I'm just happy it's over, man. I'm happy he got the win and get home to them babies, get that check.
Last one from me. He's in there in the ring with Conor Ben. Do you like that fight for
Absolutely.
sure?
Yeah.
How do you think that one goes?
Conor's always dangerous. He's gonna come forward, but man, it's gonna look a lot like that. And there's no disrespect to Conor Ben. You know, I respect what he does and how he does it, but the skill set, bro, is different. They say them boxers boring, man. Why they be?
Ward said, "We don't truly know how great Shakur can be yet because he's still developing and hasn't faced all of the elite competition possible."
The reason why certain fighters didn't want to take the chance to step in the ring with this fighter. He's great. A lot of people started saying, oh, he's a runner, he's this, he's that, just to detour people from being excited to see him fight because he's not knocking people out and all that crazy stuff, but they would see why people really don't want to get in the ring with him come tomorrow.
I know you've shared the ring with him, sparring plenty of times. What makes Shakur Stevenson great? What makes him different? What makes him, I don't want to say an ilk of yourself, but in the same kind of era, the Bud Crawford era, he's got a Shakur Stevenson era coming.
Everything. The offense, the defense, the poise, the rhythm, the distance, the timing, the punch placement, the react time. Like, I can go on and on. You know, the toughness, the grit. and grind. Like, he's amazing, you know. And tomorrow he will show it.
How do you think it ends tomorrow night? Do you believe that Shakur Stevenson can stop Teofimo Lopez? Because people aren't really talking about that.
Listen, if T.O. get out of line, you know, he can get hurt. But I see Shakur outboxing him to a decision, a unanimous decision.
Terence Crawford has praised Shakur Stevenson's skill and suggested that other fighters hesitate to fight him, implying that some boxers are reluctant to match up with Stevenson because of how difficult he is stylistically and technically.
Very skillful, he's very smart in the ring, and he comes to fight every time. So
Deontay Wilder has acknowledged that Shakur Stevenson is one of the smartest and most technically gifted boxers in the sport today, noting his ability to control distance, time punches, and use defense to frustrate opponents.
It's fighting between 130, 135, and 140. They stack, you know, around that area. So, I mean, as of right now,
skills that pay the bills.
Well, the two guys, well, the biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 would probably be Gervonta Tank Davis.
Mm-hmm.
But the most skillful fighter at 135 will be hands down Shakur Stevens.
And what is it about him? Because I know he have a lot of good attributes, but do you think he has enough power to sustain?
Well, it's really all about skills. Pernell Whitaker wasn't a huge puncher, but he was, I mean, very exciting, very tough, and he fought everybody. And Shakur is trying to do the same thing. He want to fight the best they got.
Floyd Mayweather has praised Shakur Stevenson's skill and boxing ability, though he hasn't exactly said he's the best fighter in his division. In those exact words, what Mayweather has said is that Stevenson is the most skillful fighter in his division, especially compared to Gervonta Davis, who Mayweather called the hardest puncher, while naming Stevenson as the more technically gifted boxer in the weight class. Mayweather also once told a younger Stevenson that if anyone could break his records, it might be him, showing belief in his potential and skill level early in his career. Mike Tyson has publicly appreciated Shakur Stevenson's boxing ability, calling him a specialist in the sport, someone whose skills and technique make him hard to beat, even if some fans don't fully understand his style. Tyson said that although Stevenson's fights aren't always exciting to everyone, that's because true boxing is an art, and Stevenson's precision, defense, and ring smarts are exactly what allow him to beat great fighters convincingly. Tyson also praised Stevenson's recent performances, saying he looks superb with masterful combinations and head movement, and that his approach exemplifies classic boxing. Hit and not get hit. Stevenson is a 2016 Olympic silver medalist who has now remained unbeaten as a professional and just climbed to 140 pounds to challenge Teofimo Lopez for world title gold. Stevenson's elite defensive skills, precision punching, southpaw movement, and ring intelligence have made him exceptionally hard to beat, and his ability to control distance and tempo has allowed him to outmaneuver top fighters in multiple divisions. Stevenson openly talks about wanting to cement his legacy not just as another champ, but as one of the best boxers ever, taking on the biggest challenges and proving himself against elite competition.